Hey guys, back with another video presented by Super Good Pixel Plays with Toys. This time it's the 1/6 scale Indiana Jones Temple of Doom figure from Sideshow Collectibles. If adventure has a name, it must be Indiana Jones, and if disappointment has a company, it must be Sideshow Collectibles. As you can see, I got some problems. A little disappointed with the figure, and right up front, I'll have to say, why did I get a smashed box? I ordered directly from Sideshow, and for some reason, all the stuff I get from them, like 90% of it's like dinged, smashed. It's just a box, who cares? But why do they all have to come that way? I order from other places, that doesn't happen. Anyhow, moving on. Here's the figure. It's a nice box, I have to say. The graphics are nice, and it's a little bit above the standard boxing effort that you usually get from them. As you can see, everything's in these two trays and has lots of parts, and it's nicely and tightly packed in the box. Now this is just a quick overlook. You can see how where everything goes in case you got to repack your figure. Sometimes getting the wrong hand in the wrong slot is a pain in the butt. As you can see, this is the exclusive edition, which includes the 3 illuminated stones, which are just kind of like clear amber. I wouldn't say they're really illuminated. Get lots of hands with this figure. Now for the parts, these are the standard stones. So if you don't have the exclusive, you won't get the other ones. You'll just get these. They're fine. Now, these would be the left hands. One problem I noticed is you can see the little ball joint, which you can really see is not the same color as the hand, and that really sticks out. It kind of almost looks like he's wearing a wristband, and that's one issue I have with it right off the bat, is like, why is there such a mismatch? Now also, with anything that has a tight grip, his thumb seems to be attached to his index finger on at least 2 hands. Now here's the bullwhip, which is put together so it's not loose, it goes on the belt, and then that's the bag for the stones if you're going to put them in there. Now this is the whip if you want to have it out and have him holding it. It's kind of in the shape of the way it was in the box, but you can kind of form it. The hat is separate, it's not part of the figure. There's a magnet that goes and attaches to the head. The hair comes off. These are the illuminated stones. As you can see, they're just clear. They don't light up. So the gun, I have to say, it's pretty nice. You can actually see the little bullets in the chamber, which is a very nice touch. And then you also get numerous right hands, all with the little band-aid thing around it. You get many more of the left hands than you do the right hands, and then here is this his blade, which is pretty nice. It's like metal or die cast or something. I was impressed with this. It seems like better than I was expecting. Now here's the stand. It's the typical stand you've been seeing in all the Star Wars, except they actually went to the trouble of putting Indiana Jones logo on the top of it. But I don't like these stands. They seem like they're not trying. Okay, so finally to the figure. Now this is the figure just popped out of the box. He's got the flipped up pocket problem, which is often a problem with these figures, is the stitching underneath is bulky and the pocket won't stay down. Now the hair comes off, as you can see, brains. This is where the hat goes. And then they try to do this so the hat has a better fit, but his hat really doesn't fit well on him. The hat looks off. Now here's the worst problem, is you can see they painted the arm, but if you bend the arm at all, you expose the parts that aren't painted. And also, when you first get the figure, you won't be able to bend the arms at all until you apply massive pressure and you kind of break it, because they painted it and it's kind of glued together. But once you've broken the seal, it'll bend, but very sloppy. But also, with the hat, I just want to say the hat looks like it's a little too big, and it looks like it's brand new. It's like not broken in. Now, they replaced the pictures on the product page from Sideshow, and I knew something was up when I saw those. I guess those are production pictures versus the prototype pictures, and you're like, something's a little off. His face looks a little weird, and the hat's not fitting good. His face, I guess, is okay, but it has this really like wax museum quality to it, where it looks. He's got this like just dead expression on his face. So I think the arm, the right arm though, is horrible. They should have given us like a full arm. Now this is also weird. Like the torn pants is a nice touch, but it's done like this right angle in it. That's kind of, I don't know. Also, you can see on the hat there's the mold part where there's just a spot that they should have sanded that down. They did not, and as you can see, some of these joints are bad. I really think they were trying to hide the right arm in a lot of the pictures on the Sideshow webpage. If you look, his arm is usually shoved to the back, but you can see the hat. That just doesn't. Not a good fit. It looks like he's got a hat that's a couple sizes too big for him. Now, I'm just not a big fan of this arm and this joint, and also the fact that they didn't paint it. It's like they straightened the arm out and then they painted the whole thing, and then if you bend it again, you expose the parts that aren't painted, and it just seems awful for a figure that costs as much as a Hot Toys. And speaking of Hot Toys, there is the Hot Toys Indiana Jones. Some people have some problems with the face, but I clearly think that this is a way better figure. I mean, that looks like a real person to me. We can argue if it looks like Harrison Ford or not. And this looks like a doll of Harrison Ford with the oversized hat. And the stitching on the shirt even is a little too big, and it just comes off a little Hasbro-ish. I mean, I like the figure, don't get me wrong, but it's a C-. It should have been at least a B+. But the sloppiness on the arm, the oversized hat, the big stitches, the pocket that won't close, I was expecting a little bit more. I mean, if you're an Indiana Jones fan, I'd say get it, because you're probably not going to get another one of this particular Temple of Doom. But if you're on the fence, it's a skip. If you can support us, go to supergoodpixel.com and try some of our free games. If you can help us out, I want to thank some of the people who went ahead and tried our games and gave us some good reviews. That really helps us. It supports these videos. Also, subscribe, like our videos, and we'll be back with some more stuff. Thanks.